Here we go. On a daily basis, these practices will help move you towards your chief aim. So we talked about aspiration and we talked about vision. Okay, now we're moving into the mission phase of things. Every single day, you should have a mission. Have a mission, okay? And how we build energy into life, how we build motivation and really build discipline without trying to force anything is by learning to organize our energies around a burning desire. Desire is the spark. It's the divine fuel to getting what you are meant to be, becoming who you're meant to be, and doing what you're meant to do. So every day, like after I wake up, I do some breathing. I do my morning routine. I do some movement and breath work. And then I sit down, and every morning I usually have a few hour period of where I do some of my deep work or creative work. And I build consistency with my burning desire. The more consistency we can build with our burning desire, the more clear, the more unified our subconscious mind is. When we have a lot of conflicting desires, a lot of conflicting wants and needs, a lot of conflicting instructions communicated into our subconscious mind, we're scattered, we're dispersed. When we're dispersed, we have no power. Power is in concentration. It is okay to choose a burning desire. It is okay to choose a chief aim. I'm really into esoteric knowledge, but esoteric knowledge will have its time and place in my life. Right here and now, I'm all about how can I serve the most value to people and really bring myself to where I need to be internally. Everything will have its time and place. Choose an aim and concentrate. So every morning, imagine your highest aspiration, right? Your vision of glory for yourself. Remind yourself your highest purpose, your highest destiny, even if it's just an inkling, right? And let your desire for it burn. Then imagine your vision. What are you creating in this cycle in your life in the next year or two? What is it that you are manifesting? What is your highest hope? Whether it's to be on stage with some of the greatest musicians, or to build your sacred livelihood, or to be one of the most powerful coaches on the face of the earth. Really imagine your vision and let it burn with desire. When we can couple imagination and burning desire together, we are literally communicating force and form into the universe. The form being the vision, the force being our emotion behind it. The more feeling we can generate coupled with a vision, the more power we have to communicate deep into the self and deep into the universe. Okay. So every morning I just do that for 10 minutes. I sit there in meditation and I remind myself where I am. I remind myself what is it that I think I'm here to serve at the highest level? That can always change, but it's energy into life. And what is it that I'm doing right now in this phase of my life? It's my mission, health. It's my vision, wealth. Is my vision service and freedom? What's your vision? Okay. Step 2, affirm the self-image. Affirm the higher way of being in which you seek to embody. Step 2 of this is about reprogramming what is the image of self. Maybe affirmations like I am strong, I am capable, I am so damn worthy just as I am. I believe in myself. I do that one most every morning, because if I feel like I need to do a masterclass like this or jump on a coaching call, oftentimes I feel like I need to be more than what I am, or I try to control the situation and whatnot instead of being a window for God's light, but when I remind myself I'm so worthy, I'm so capable, I love working with people, I love life, I cherish this breath and moment, wow, we are resetting our self-image in our mind. We are communicating our set and prime for the day. Okay. Affirm the self-image. What does it feel like to live into your potential today? Visualize what does it look like to move courageously or boldly. Visualize yourself in a state of vibing flow. Affirm that self-image. Affirm the self-image maybe if you're creating wealth, Affirm the self-image of being wealthy, of being in that place of doing the meaningful work and receiving wealth in return. Affirm what it looks like in the identity. From that place of creating positive emotions through the vision and aspiration, and desire. And then affirming a higher way of being to yourself, affirming your own kingship internally and reminding yourself of it. From that place, we're strong and we're connected. From there, we make a strong decision. This is so key. This is so key in my life and so key in many others. Is decide on your mission today. Make a firm decision. Yes, I will do this. Even if it's simple. You see, most of the time, we know what we want maybe, but we never get to a place of strength and awareness to make a clear and strong decision. For myself, just the other day, I was kind of feeling in between on a lot of different things and I was hesitating. But I'm trying to break this pattern of indecision. So I'm just like, you know what the fuck do I really want to do today? What is going to move me into that place that I want to be? And it's like, go and build out my bed frame. I just got a van and I'm trying to be self-reliant. So I just went ahead and spent the next 5 hours building out my bed frame. Like I had no idea I was going to do all that in one day. But I reminded myself of the vision of my life, that my vision was this like 3 months down the road. How do I want to be living? And then I made a strong fucking decision and I moved at once. Okay. So make a strong decision. That's step A. Step B. Okay. A lot of people in this chat just talked about suffering from resistance patterns and wanting to learn how to reprogram resistance in life. This is how you do it. One of the major keys to reprogramming resistance, although it's not all the keys, I have an entire document on that, is in intention. Most of the time, let's say like I have so much resistance to making videos, yet I pump them out. Like, how do I do that for years now? I have so much resistance to doing that, whether I don't feel like it, I'm not in my flow state, like whatever it is I make a strong decision. I'm going to make a video today, right? Because I remind myself of where I want to go. I make a strong decision and then I set intention. I set the theme. I set the tone. Intention is in feeling what is in visualizing and feeling what you want to embody. Intention is in the feeling. This is very key. Intention is not what it looks like. Intention is visualizing how you are in the doing. Instead of like saying, I want to make a video, that's my decision. That's my action plan. My intention is I see myself and feel myself vibing. I feel myself connected to my innermost. I feel myself just in the flow of it, letting my deepest thoughts and letting this truth flow through me. I visualize myself perhaps at the gym. I don't just say, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I set the intention. How do I want to show up to the gym? I want to show up, ready to fucking move, ready to be intense, ready to be powerful. I visualize and intend myself to be connected, to my warrior tomorrow at the gym. I visualize myself being strong. And even if I don't feel like it, really giving it my all, even if it's only for 10 minutes. This is your intention. And what happens here is you're communicating clear directions to the subconscious. You don't have to force things. If we're in resistance patterns, it's because the conscious mind and the subconscious are at odds. Like you're telling yourself, oh, I want to paint right now. But your subconscious mind's like, oh, I want to eat right now. Like, there's odds there. What we must do is communicate to ourselves and give us time to think, to let that sink in. So like when our alarm hits at 3 p.m. when we want to go to the gym, we already know exactly, we visualized ourselves getting in our car, singing our songs that are going to light up our energy, getting to the gym, giving it all for 30 minutes, and just like really getting in our flow state. Right when that alarm hits, we know exactly what the fuck we have to do. We don't have to think about it anymore. Resistance is in the conscious mind. To break resistance patterns, we must communicate to the subconscious and get embodied.
Makes sense.
That brings us to the fourth thing. On a daily basis, what we can do is after we set our intention and our mission for today, we get into warriorship. Resistance and lack of power comes from lack of embodiment. Warriorship is action from embodiment. a lot of the times, if I want to make a video, but I'm in my head, I'm thinking about what I want to say, I'm writing about what I want to say, or something like this, my video sucks. My best videos are when I'm just like fully embodied. I had already pre-thought through and intended the video. And then I went into nature and went for a walk. And when the time came, I'm in my body, I'm ready. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not like being overly perfect. I'm not creating perfectionism. I'm getting out of my own way and just being in my body. I'm dropping the mind into the heart. I'm dropping the mind into the body, and I'm practicing warriorship. Warriorship is further seen in practicing how you are. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, it matters how you are. In every single moment, whether you're washing a dish, you're taking a nap, you're doing breath work, whatever it is, do it fully you. Honestly express yourself. If you want to be a great painter, for instance, Jordan, practice how you are in every moment of the day. So when it comes down to painting, you easily, honestly express all of you, because that's your natural state. When you're doing your cooking, you're singing your songs and doing your dance, you're like being fully you. When you're at the gym, you're being fully you. In relationship, you're being fully you. So when it comes to creating something, you're still being fully you. The warrior sees everything as a practice. Everything. From the moment you wake up, like how you're being in that moment, how you're thinking, like you're not hard on yourself, but you're seeing it like this is a practice. How I'm being in this moment creates, and the next moment is a consequence of how I'm being in this moment affects the chain of events that leads through the whole day, that leads through my whole life. If I'm practicing how I am, then I see driving to the gym as just as important as being at the gym. I see walking in nature as just as important as making the video. If I'm practicing how I am, nothing holds too much meaning in my mind because it's all meaningful. You see, resistance comes by attributing a high amount of meaning to something, a high meaning in a certain relationship that's higher than others. It's putting something on a God pedestal. Some people can just wake up and go to the gym effortlessly. It's just like something they do. Some people can just go paint for fucking 4 hours, and I struggle to do that. Some people can just like read books and write for 4 hours at night. It's nothing to them. But for some people, like, oh, I don't know how the fuck I could do that. And it's because they're attaching all of these things to this relationship when the relationship itself is actually neutral. The warrior sees all things as neutral and all things as a practice of embodiment. When we can do that, and our intention can effortlessly flow through us and flow out of us. So in summary, on a daily basis, to organize our energies towards a worthy goal and really make progress out here into life is to have a clear vision, and every morning burn desire and vision together. Burn your aspiration. Remind yourself what it is that you're creating. Like light a fire under your ass, for God's sakes. Not right away. I like to breathe and do some movement and whatnot first. But then I remind myself where I'm heading. And then I intelligently direct my purpose. From there, I affirm my self-image. I remind myself, like my weaknesses. I know my weaknesses, and I affirm to myself, like, I am enough just as I am. I am capable of literally doing fucking anything today, even if I don't feel like that's possible right now. Literally anything. It's possible. I affirm to myself that anything I choose to do may be more fun than I think it will be, Like I just affirm these things to myself and remind me of like, man, I'm beautiful. I love making videos. Man, I love speaking. I love talking to people. Like I have resistance to getting on this call, but I was affirming beforehand, like I just love showing up and fucking vibing with people and teaching these things I've been putting together. Then I offer faith in that vision of where I'm going, faith in it happening, and gratitude. This allows me to get out of my own way. If you have this vision and burning desire, but you don't have faith in it, then you think you need to do it yourself. You think you need to control the process. You are no longer manifesting. You are forcing. Manifesting is bringing the invisible to visible. And to do so, we must have faith so that we can actually be open. Faith creates openness in the vehicle. openness so that you can be a window for God instead of trying to shine and dimming your own light. Decide on your course of action today. Just make a simple fucking plan. Most people fail at this step because there's indecision. It's so hard in this modern day to say yes or no strongly. What are you going to say fuck yes to today? Decide on it. Decide on what you really want to do today. Make a strong decision. From there, set intention around how you are being, how you are doing in that decision. That's gonna break through the resistance patterns. When we can set intention of like, you know what, I have a lot of resistance to building this page on my website, but I made a strong decision that this needs to be done so that I can teach a masterclass a week from now, you know, so that I can move towards my vision. I decided I'm going to build this web page. I set intention like, you know what, I see myself enjoying the creative process. I see myself getting in the flow state, and that hour flies by and that web page is done and over. Set strong intention. And then I choose my attitude for the day. Choose your attitude. It's one of the few things you can control out here. And your attitude determines how you respond, how you flow, how you roll with the punches. We cannot control what happens today, but we can set our attitude in the morning. I'm going to have an attitude of unfuckwithableness today. I'm just going to be me so fully and so fearlessly. Like that's an attitude that I like to claim for myself oftentimes. You know, or like an attitude of deep humility and compassion, whatever floats your boat. You can choose your attitude though. And then we let it go. We get into the flow of action, you know, we just do, we get into our daily like things we need to do. If we need to clean the house, we practice as a warrior. If we need to get to the gym, we practice as a warrior. We practice how we're being so that when it comes time to doing what we intended to do, we enter the flow state and embodied action effortlessly because it's already our homeostasis point. This summary right there, on a day-to-day basis, we're going to fail in many aspects of this, but by practicing it, we're going to develop familiarity and like systematic use through our application. We're going to learn how to really use all these different things. And honestly, like this little blueprint, especially, I don't use it every day necessarily, but I have 3 days of the week that I dedicate to clients, creative work, and like directing my purpose. And on those 3 days, I do this every day, and it's so damn powerful. When I remind myself what I want, how bad I want it, when I affirm the self-image of who I'm becoming, when I have faith and gratitude for that becomingness, when I decide on a strong course of action, I set intention for that mission, I claim my attitude, I let go, and I enter flow. That is going to give you the power to really manifest here on Earth plane. Many people are missing this whole thing. They think like manifestation's just in vision and desire, you know, or it's just in affirming something over and over and over, or it's just in faith. It's all of them, you know, and it's going to be unique to you. How you use this is going to be very unique to you, but there's going to be PowerPoints in here that are going to be very influential based on your disposition and nature. Perhaps you're already very faithful, but you're not very vision and mission oriented, you know. Perhaps you decide on strong courses of action, but you have a shitty attitude about them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where in your nature can this benefit you? That's the question. And yeah, if anyone wants this, drop your email in the chat and I can send you this little document right here just as a reminder. And I have some side notes right here that like I find powerful in my own nature before we get into this Q&A. Know what you want. What is it worth to you? Know what you will give to get it. Begin immediately. Attitude. Know the other you. That one that knows no obstacle, that knows no defeat, that is literally unstoppable, that is unfuckwithable. Embody him. He is always there. There's a piece of all of us here that is literally unstoppable. Can you find that place within you? Can you find that being, that identity? Because it's real. For intention work, Intention work around creativity. What does it look like to be at my best? Giving it my all. What does it look like to be fully engaged and fully me? To be in a deep flow state? This question is fucking always reveals a shit ton to me here. What is my true creative capacity in this? Or what is my true creative capacity today? Most of the time, I live so far beneath my capacity, and that's okay. But when we can ask ourselves absurd questions like, what would it look like if I was literally, utterly obsessed? Like sometimes I make like one video and I'm like, pat myself on the back, like, good job. And then I ask myself, like, what's my actual creative capacity today if I really gave it my all? It's like, shit, dude, I could like build a whole course, like if I really gave it my all, you know? And really, I found that the joy in life is when you find that edge. Where is your edge? I'm gonna add that for y'all. Self-directed action and listening and receiving the action. What I'm saying here, my friends, is that manifestation comes through strange doors. And when we serve the highest duty that we can see right now and serve it in faith, those two things will bring about even like greater dreams than you could imagine. So duty and faith and just giving it your all there. Yeah, so those are some of the key points on manifestation. This was a little bit of a different class than last time. Last time we worked exclusively within the trinities of, you know, the patterns of and systems of creation. Maybe we'll do that again next class, but I felt really called to help everyone get clear here. So yeah, that was all the information presented. Let's jump into a little bit of a discussion and Q&A now.